Happy Tuesday! I know you guys are thinking, like, what the heck? So I just wanted to shout out Katie Allen, who is a styling expert. I mean, like, when you want to talk about actually having somebody who is absolutely a badass at everything that she does, specifically helping women to just step into your style and use that as a way to increase your confidence. Oh my gosh, Katie, you are absolutely killing it. I am a part of her 5 day challenge that she's doing, and we just hopped off of today's call, and it's just mind blowing. Like, love, 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 love. And you want to talk about Molly? You've got so much confidence already. You have so much bold, bold style. Because I do. I'm very much more of a dramatic person. I definitely like dramatic colors, all that good stuff. And I never knew that I could learn more, right? So shout out to Katie Allen. Now, for today, as you know, if you guys are tuning in, you already see that we're just going to have a talk, like a talk, like a real talk, okay? Because I am going to lovingly challenge you today. One of the things that I know as a coach, my style is very much more strategy, which I am all for. I said this a handful of times today in regards to who I am, how I help, how I serve my clients. So the strategy piece of things comes really natural to me. It's like, again, y'all know I'm a really badass coach, and I'm even a better CEO. I don't know, my brain just works that way. And so when you think about LinkedIn optimization, when you think about the monetization part of LinkedIn, the strategy component, like, my brain starts going, yeah, da, 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 okay? And guess what? Being an entrepreneur also requires that we have self awareness, and that there is a component of understanding where we are from a mindset perspective and also spirituality perspective. Those three things, strategy, mindset, and spirituality, is how I base a lot of my methods. And so a lot of the times you can be doing the same thing in strategy over and over again. If you're thinking to yourself, okay, I'm doing all of the air quote right things, right? Where are you missing when it comes to where's the gap for you to start seeing results? A lot of the times it's because your mindset and your spirituality is not included in the cauldron that is required to continue showing up for your business. And so for today's talk, it is very much more of a mindset talk more than anything. And I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you out because, and let me just preface, okay? How did this conversation, how did this topic how did it even come about? So I was having a conversation with someone, and he actually said to me, like, he wants to start his own business. He's been working in his industry for 20 something years, and he wants to go off. He wants to do his own thing, but he said he's scared. And I said, okay, I respect that. I think fear is actually a healthy thing for you to have, and it's how you work through fear as a aspiring or budding or desiring entrepreneur. It's how you work through fear that actually determines if this is going to work or not. So I had asked him, I said, well, what are you afraid of? And he had said, well, I'm afraid of failure. I'm scared that I'm going to go in, I'm going to start my business, and I'm not going to make rent, or I'm not going to bring home enough money to pay the mortgage. And, he is a family man. He's married. He's got 2 kids and a really cute dog, right? Like, he's like, I have to pay the bills. I'm afraid, Molly, because I also want to go big. So I don't want to just start out small. I want to go big because I know that if I continue to do this, essentially I want to scale. So I just don't know because I'm afraid of failure. And you know what I said to him? I said, so here's the thing, okay? Number one, at the end of the day, you have to make the decision that you want to do this first and foremost. Nobody is ever going to say, okay, so are you going to do it or not? We can ask, right? As your coach, I can ask you and say, okay, so is this what you want? I can help you to gain clarity on that. I can help you to try to figure out, is this really something that you want? And what do you need to do to take action, to execute, to see results? But at the end of the day, you have to recommit every single day. You have to show up and say, yeah, I'm going to do this. And I think what some business owners and quite frankly coaches out there, they always say things like, well, I just have so much going on. I'm not motivated. I have it's like this gets constantly pushed back in the back burner and all of that stuff. And while I understand, okay, trust me, I understand, okay? At the end of the day, what makes you, what's the difference, right? The difference between a coach who is going to create a thriving, sustainable business and one who does not, okay, is your grit, your resilience, your ability to show up every single day and recommit to building your business. Because not only do you need discipline, okay, at the end of the day, even if I, as your coach, if you were to say, yep, I'm signing up with you, Molly, I want to work with you, I want you to hold me accountable, I want you to show me all the things, I want you to give me a strategy, okay? The reason why I do not have a magical wand and I can't bibbity bobbity boop you or your business overnight is because, number one, okay, building a business takes time. But number two, I can give you the strategy. I can even show you how. I can hold you accountable and I can say, hey, did you do this yet? Why didn't you complete this yet? Where are you stuck? What do you need help with? If you don't show up, okay, with the resilience and the grit to not quit, it doesn't matter how much I'm helping you to be disciplined. Because, right, if you think about accountability, what does that mean? You are, as a coach, okay, when I'm holding you accountable, it's helping you to become more disciplined. It's you being consistent, taking action, and doing the strategic things that you want to put in motion in your business. So the discipline, okay, I want to just call that out. There's a huge difference between you having discipline, because if you invest in working with me, discipline, absolutely. You are going to get to that because in accountability, I know out of my clients which one is constantly submitting business critiques for me to look at, which ones are showing up to the group calls, which ones are asking questions, which ones are engaged. I know because guess what? Those accountability forms are required of you. So you are going to be disciplined from that perspective. And there's a difference between being disciplined and building your coaching practice versus bringing the grit and the resilience. And that difference is you recommitting every single day when you wake up. When you wake up today, you get to decide. You get to determine, am I going to continue building this business? Am I going to be continuing to do this? Because quite frankly, if you were to say, you know what, I gave it a try and I quit, okay, nobody is ever going to stop you from quitting. When the tough gets really tough, when the hard gets really hard, when you have a dry spell in your revenue cycle and you're going month to month to month and you are barely making anything, if anything at all, okay? What makes you different? The one factor, okay, that is going to continue to help you through the dry season, the ebbs and flows, the peaks and valleys, is whether or not you are resilient enough to continue building your empire. That's all it is. And this is the reason why I was just having a conversation this morning with someone that I was networking with. I do not believe that everybody is made for business. Can anybody start a business? Absolutely. It is actually really simple for you to just file an LLC, get an EIN number, and start posting on LinkedIn saying, "Hi, I'm such and such coach. I help you to do such and such." It's actually really simple. But when push comes to shove, if you want to create and continue to have a thriving, sustainable business, that requires your ability to have the grit to go through all the things, the good, the bad, and the beautiful, and to say, I'm doing this for me. Now, I will say, when you can identify your passion, and if you are truly creating a business from a place of fulfillment, joy, excitement, alignment, yeah, it is easier. It is easier to wake up every day being fully committed, recommitting, showing up, doing the work, showing up, having the conversations, getting uncomfortable, all the things. It is easier. And I don't know about you, okay? How many times did you start something and you're like, yeah, I thought I was going to really enjoy it. And so now it's kind of like it becomes a mundane thing on your day-to-day tasks, okay? It is during the mundane. It's during and especially during the really difficult seasons of you growing your business in which you get to determine, am I going to continue doing this or am I going to throw up the white flag and I'm going to quit? Please know that I am not by any means throwing any shame, any embarrassment. I'm not trying to guilt trip you. I'm not trying to say that it's wrong. But at the end of the day, okay, if you don't have and you're not willing to put up the grit and the resilience, then why even start? Okay? And I think that this is the part where you have to know what you want. You have to be able to pinpoint that, yeah, if I were to start my coaching practice, what do I want? Who do I want to support? What do I want to do? How do I want to do this? Okay? Because eventually there's going to be things in your business that you're going to be like, do I really have to be doing this? This doesn't feel good to me anymore. It doesn't come with excitement. And there are things where you're going to just have to do it because it's a part of you growing your business and it's a part of entrepreneurship, okay? And I'm going to call it out right here. If you're like, okay, so what is that? Sales. Sales, y'all. You have to know what your value ROI is. You have to know how to articulate that. You have to be able to say and be the face and the brand of your business and the services that you provide first before you can hire an appointment setter, before you can then grow your sales team. Because guess what? They're going to need you to train them. They're going to wonder, okay, so you hired me to close your sales for you. How do I speak about your services? Right? That falls on you as the CEO of your coaching business. So for those of you who are in a funk right now and you're feeling like, okay, the economy isn't so great, especially if you're a high ticket coach, you're struggling to get some of those clients in, I would encourage for you to really think about where do you need to show up with more grit and more resilience? Because at the end of the day, again, nobody is holding you accountable. Nobody is sitting here saying to you, unless you're working with a coach, right? Nobody is looking at you saying like, okay, but why are you trying to quit? Like why are you trying to throw in the white flag? I don't understand. Okay? Everything boils down to how you show up for you, how you show up for your business, how you show up for your clients. That resiliency is the root of how people become successful entrepreneurs. You know, and I work with my coaches and they use this analogy all the time, right? You are 3 feet from gold. Like imagine, right? And I don't remember what book. I should know this because it's an analogy, but I'm not. I need to look it up because this is not my analogy, and this is one of the ones that my coaches took from books. They talk about, and if you're tuning in here on live or if you're catching the replay and you guys know what book this is from, put it in the comments here. It's the story of 3 Feet from Gold, where it was during the like the gold rush, and there was a gold miner who went out, obviously, right? Oregon Trail, right? And I don't know. Anyway, they went out there and he started digging, and he like was doing all the things, and he was like, I just can't find gold. So then he gives up and he sells his plot of land. He sells all of his mining tools, all the things to dig gold to the buyer. Literally, as soon as that buyer bought over the land, 3 feet down, he struck gold. And so I want to leave that analogy with you. If you are somebody who's really struggling right now with having that grit, the resilience, the daily recommitment to building your business, I just want you to remember that you are 3 feet from gold. And if you just walk away from your business now, imagine if you would have just stuck it out one more month. If you would have just went and you tried this new strategy, if you would have gotten the support and the help and the strategies that you needed to strike gold, what do you need to do to continue digging down in the ground to strike gold? All right? So I know today was much more of a mindset talk, but as always, if you are needing more support, you know how to reach me. Send me an email, right? Drop a comment, whatever that looks like for you. Better yet, right under my name, book a call. You are your biggest obstacle. You're the one self-sabotaging. And so the resources are here for you. Okay? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. All right? Sending you all of my love. Talk to you next week. Bye.